It's that time again. Man, listen. Did I just come with this right here? Bulls versus Blazers. This came out in 93. Did it come out like 93, 92, something like that? Man, gotta love it. You got to love it. Retro game time, people. Let's do it. See all the teams. I'm just trying to go through it. I put on like 2-minute quarters. No way was I playing 5-minute quarters on this game. That video would have been too long, and I didn't feel like doing much editing. Can't believe I even thought to pull this out the vault. What was I thinking? What really made me think to do this video, because I'm actually sitting here watching the replay of the Bulls versus Knicks game. I'm a little pissed the Bulls lost the game. Not so much because they lost to the Knicks, because I like the Knicks, but the way they lost it, man. I mean, Derrick Rose, first game back, had a chance to come back and, basically make his noise. Had the game out of reach. All he had to do was make a couple free throws, and he missed them both. Man, in sports we call that a choke job. That's what that's called. But because D Rose is from Chicago, plays in Chicago, and the best player on the team, we don't really go after him over stuff like that. But he did the same thing when he played for Memphis. National championship game, he choked on 2 free throws. And you know what happened after that? Mario Chalmers won it for him. So that's exactly what happened in this game. That came on earlier. They blew it, and Carmelo took full advantage. Big ups to Melo. Can't be mad at him. Yikes! But back to this game right here. As you can see, it's no dribble moves. None of that. You basically just had to get lucky and get open, because the defense was like locked down on here. And I'm playing with the Bulls. We playing against the Seattle Sonics, Supersonics. And Michael Jordan can't shoot worth nothing. I don't know what's going on. I think it's tripped out. It's really tripped out. How this game, how we played these games for hours, and compared to today's standards, they pretty weak. But I played the hell out of this game. I actually liked the first one better, Bulls versus Lakers, because it had Barkley on it, and they only put the teams on here that were actually in the playoffs that year. I mean, that was the one thing I didn't like, but I mean, what was the alternative? So, there was really no alternative. I mean, was I going to go back and start playing double dribble again when this game came out? No. So, we just dealt with it. We lived with it. And, gotta, that's the game, man. And I could not get to the rim for nothing. I'm trying to get some type of Air Jordan reverse layup, tomahawk, something. You can't get to the basket on here. 3! Gotta love it. It was shot clock cheese even back in this day. BJ Armstrong is in the game now for John Paxson. But, I mean, what did everybody think about the NBA today compared to around this time? I truly believe that the best era of all time in the NBA has to be the 90s, because you had so many good teams. So many of them. I mean, you had all these good teams, and any of them could win it all. And a hook shot! No! But, I mean, of course the Bulls, man. That goes without saying. But even after Michael Jordan retired the first time, NBA was still pretty good, and it was actually better than the NBA is now. I mean, it's getting better. It's gotten better. I mean, look like guys are back in shape, and the whole lockout thing rubs everyone the wrong way, of course. But I don't know, man. It's just never gonna be the same. It's never gonna be the same. Remember when you had like a good center on every team, damn near? Now I can count 3 good centers. Maybe I can count maybe 3 good centers right now. What, Dwight Howard, Andrew Bynum, and who else? I mean, we have a decent center. Joakim Noah, Tyson Chandler. Those guys are okay, but they would have gotten killed going against Olajuwon and Shaq and Patrick Ewing. I mean, man, can you imagine that? David Robinson. These guys, man, they wouldn't stand a chance. And today, there's so much media hype around everything. Instead of the play doing the talking. I don't know. I just don't like that. Let the team win something first before you start talking about this and that. I mean, I'm not a huge Miami Heat fan. I like all those players individually, but as a team, I give them their props because they locked the Bulls down after that Game 1 blowout last year. But I don't know. I'm just not feeling it. It's back then, teams and players had identity. They had identity. If you were a star player on that team, you carried that team whether you won or you lost. You didn't go team up with. Can you imagine Michael Jordan saying, "I'm going to go team up with Charles Barkley and Hakeem Olajuwon with the Houston Rockets, or I'm going to get them to come here"? I don't see that happening. I mean, could you imagine David Robinson leaving the Spurs to go and play for the Golden State Warriors or something? Or going to the New York Knicks to make some type of double bubble? I mean, with Patrick Ewing? No. He was with that team. The team started to suck. They got lucky in the draft. And they got Tim Duncan. The rest was history. They started winning. And I believe they won a couple titles with that duo. So, I mean, you feel bad for the Charles Barkleys and Patrick Ewings, Reggie Millers, and guys like that who never won a title. But you give it up for them, man, because Charles Barkley tried to do it. And they even tried it with Scottie Pippen with the Houston Rockets. Barkley took less money to get Scottie Pippen there. Scottie Pippen played 1 year there and jumped ship. And went to Portland. He took his talents to the Portland Trail Blazers. Gotta love it. Oh my word. So I think after Michael Jordan had retired, man, the NBA was never the same. We know that. But it was still good. I mean, you had the up-and-coming Lakers with Kobe Bryant, Shaquille O'Neal. You still had the Indiana Pacers that were getting good. The Knicks were okay. You had some pretty good teams out there. Some pretty good teams. Like now, it's so much. It's like a 4-team race almost. It's like you can pick between 4 teams who will end up winning it this year. And I'm really liking what I see out of Oklahoma. Other than their half-court offense, that's gonna be their downfall. Because when playoff time comes, teams not gonna let them do that and get away with that mess. I mean, the LA Clippers, Lob City, stuff like that. And you see here, man, I'm still trying to get to the basket to get some type of dunk or something. And there we go. He stoinked it. Oh, man. How did Michael Jordan miss a wide open dunk? Oh, man. I've rambled long enough, man. Hope y'all enjoyed this game. Retro game time is done. leader of the flock, T-Fly, but you already know that.